Hi friends, apparently my video did not work, so I am going to, or my Facebook Live video, something happened and it was interrupted, so I'm going to redo the card for you now, and we'll see how it goes. Anyway, I apologize for that. I'm going to put you down on my desktop and we'll just go from the beginning to the end of the card. We are using the Gather Together stamp set, and I love this stamp set. I love the leaves in it, and I often look for pumpkins that are just very simple, and I love that it has the wheat. It's a very fall stamp set, but it also has Wishing You Well, which is a sentiment we're using today, and so it can be used for year-round actually, and the wheat would be great on a masculine card, as with the leaves. So, and it is bundled with the die set, and it's got pumpkins. There are 2 pumpkins here that, so if you stamp this pumpkin out a couple times, you can cut 2 of them at the same time. That's what that's for. And then these gorgeous leaves, they emboss and cut at the same time, which I will show you. So I'm going to put my desktop down and we'll see how this goes. I hope that it is in frame here, so it's kind of hard to see. Anyway, so we're starting. This is a card we'll be making, and we are starting off with a piece of Whisper White cardstock that's 8.5 by 5.5, which is half of a full sheet of cardstock, and then we're going to score it at 4 1/4. Let's get my paper trimmer in here. 4 1/4, and right there. Now that's the light gray one. The dark gray one will cut your cardstock. I have to make an adjustment here because I usually have my tablet down here, and I'm going to move this holder up a little bit so it's out of the way. There. And then we're using DSP, a few of the items from the Gilded Autumn suite, which, as you know, is my favorite suite because I've done a few cards from that. So we're using the metallic, brush metallic cardstock in the DSP, which is gorgeous. I'll show it to you in a minute. And then we're using also the ribbon from that. So, and that's page 45. And then this stamp set is on page 47. And when I was looking for ideas on Pinterest, I saw a lady doing a card with it, and I thought, oh, that'd be great. And then I'm going, but she's talking about the bundled or the coordinating DSP for this. And I thought, where is it? And I looked and I couldn't find it because I have all the DSP and it's not in the catalog. And I don't know that they've ever done this before, but this stamp set came out last year and was bundled with a punch. But this year it came out and they rebundled it with the stamp set. And if you see this here, you'll see that these dies will fit in the mini die cutting machine when that comes out. I haven't heard when that's available yet. There's been no word on that. But anyway, it's on page 47, and I'll have all the information on this card on my blog, cottagelandstamper.blogspot.com. So we're going to cut a piece of, this is the bronzed brushed foil, and it also comes in, the package also has gold and copper but I love the bronze for this card. So, and I don't normally use my foil as a background layer, but I'm going to show you a little trick. So we're going to cut this foil at 5 1/4. I'm trying to figure out which way I wanted my foil to go. I think I wanted to go this way. Not that you're going to be able to see it that much, but 5 1/4, and then 4 inches. And then we're going to use a piece of the DSP from the Gilded Autumn Suite. And I love the foiling in it. It's gorgeous. And the background is mint macaron. Excuse me. And I think the inside of the leaves may be soft seafoam. But anyway, and when you're cutting this card, so this card is going to be portrait, so you need to be mindful of the direction of this. So we're cutting this at 3 3/4 wide. Actually, I'm going to cut the length first. I'm going to cut it at 5 because I want to conserve as much of this as I can. So this is 5 inches, and then 3 3/4, which will give us a nice border all the way around. And then, let's see, I need another piece of foil, and I've already got it cut. Let's see, this piece is 1 1/2 by 3 1/2, and then another piece of very vanilla, which is 3 1/4 by 1 1/2, and then we need another 3 by 3 piece for the leaf. So I've already cut those. Now, a trick on saving your DSP, or foil in this case. Excuse me. What I'm going to do is, this is all going to be covered up. So I am die cutting like 6 different leaves out of this, and 2 of them I'll use in the card, and the others I can use at another time for other cards. So I'll get my big shot in here. And when you're cutting foil, make sure that you don't have any extra gunky stuff on your plates. I know these look beat up, but that's what happens too when you love your big shot. So, and move this over. So I'm going to cut out several leaves. Oops. And I'm just going to leave a little bit of a border around the edge. So you can do this with other DSP too. If you love it and are cutting something out in a matching color, or that you're going to use on the card rather, this is a good way to maximize your DSP. And I'm going to cut out 3 more. There. Just a little tip. Unless you're extremely wealthy and can afford to cover it up. I'm not, so. There. So we have those. I'm going to set that aside. And then I need to set this aside for a second. We're going to do some embossing. Excuse me. So I have my 2 pieces of very vanilla, and I want to get my stamping mat in here because these are photopolymer. It doesn't have as much of a cush as the red rubber does. So, and when you emboss, you want to take your embossing buddy and kind of go over it. And that'll get rid of any of the residual oils, and that way your embossing powder doesn't stick to places where you don't want it. So we're using Versamark, and we're going to stamp this up. And the leaf is going to go here. And my sentiment here is there. Yeah, put that away. And now I have a tray that I use, so and I lost the little end that goes in here. I just fell on the floor when I did my live video. So we're just going to sprinkle both of these with some embossing powder. Kind of give it a little flick. And then we'll pour this back in the jar. Your embossing powder lasts a long, long time. You probably noticed this is not Stampin' Up, but I've had it for years, and I'll just continue to use it till it's all gone. So let's see if I can find a little plug. I'll have to look for it later. It fell on the floor and rolled away. So we're going to heat emboss these. I have my heat gun, and then I have a paper clip or clothespin that I use. And when I emboss, I like to warm up my gun a little bit first. And then you kind of see it melting. You don't want to get too close. It gets kind of shiny when it's done. I don't know if you can see that. There. Those are done, and you can see that they get real glossy when they've been heat embossed. Oops, see, here's a piece right here. It's not very shiny. I'm going to hit it again a little bit. There. It shouldn't take you very long to do it. I cannot tell you how many times I actually didn't heat emboss for a long time because it intimidated me so. I burned so much cardstock, and until I found that trick, just to do it, heat up my gun a little bit first, and then just keep trying, don't give up, because eventually you'll get the hang of it. So don't be intimidated by it, because I am by no means an expert. So we're going to die cut these pieces. Actually do both of them at the same time. So I'm going to line this up. I hope this is in frame because I have a video camera and I'm having technical difficulties with all my electronics today. I'm not sure why, but the card I was going to use wasn't formatted for my other camera, and my computer wasn't cooperating with me so I could format it. It's just been not a good day technology-wise. So I put that Post-it note to kind of hold the die in place. These older magnetic plates don't have a magnet throughout the whole thing, so they tend to flop around a little bit, and I didn't get that lined up very well, but I'll have to do for today. You get the idea. And then you can actually use this negative piece on another piece of cardstock. put something behind it. It'd still be beautiful. So anyway, you can save that if you would like. And then my sentiment. Now I'm going to die cut both of these at the same time. These are the rectangle stitched, I believe. I think they're called rectangle stitched framelits. And when I do a rectangular one or a square one, I like to go in at an angle. Your machine won't crack as much as when you're going in this way. It'll crack and pop and make all kinds of horrible noises. But I found if you go in like with the corner pointed in or the long way, it won't make as much noise. And I see how it's moving around there. I need another post-it note to hold it in place. Now our new machine, which I haven't gotten yet, I'm trying to sell this one so I can justify buying the new one, has a full magnetic plate, and it's also self-healing. So, let's see, now this moved. There. And go in. Let's see how it doesn't make. That's going to make me a liar now. It's not, it doesn't crack as much as it would normally. That's pretty mild, actually. So, take this here, and I think I said when you're doing foil, make sure your plates are clean so it doesn't leave an impression on your foil piece. Get this out of here. There, that's all the hard work. So we're going to take our bronze. Aren't these absolutely gorgeous? I just love these. I love fall and all the colors. And we're going to use the maple leaf and one of the small ones here. So put these in another basket that I have that I'm collecting the extras in. And because this is going to be covering the whole thing, I am going to use this is the new Stampin' Seal, and I'm going to put it all the way around to make sure that it holds onto the foil. I do not like to use glue when I'm doing foil because I inevitably get it on my fingers and it messes up the foil and you can't get it clean. So we're going to lay that on there. And then this is going to go on the card base. Now, I think I mentioned I'll have all the supplies on my blog, cottagelandstamper.blogspot.com. And I found out Facebook is doing a lot of changes, I guess. I don't know that I'd call them improvements. So if you have, I watched a webinar yesterday, if you do have click here in your post or some kind of, or you put a link to my blog, it doesn't like that. And so your posts won't show up as much. So if you want to get my posts and stay updated, make sure that you like or make a comment. And also if you make a comment on the cards today, I'll have a drawing for one of the cards, and I'll from everybody who comments, and I'll do that. I'm going to actually extend it. I said 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. Well, maybe I'll do 8 o'clock tomorrow night because of my technical difficulties. So anyway, there's our card base. And then we're going to take our leaf, and I really don't like that, but this is not the card I will be giving away. I'll redo this later. So take my dimensionals and put them on the back, and I'm just going to do a couple because I'm going to redo this leaf. Normally I would put more than this on. And that's going to go there. And then here's my glue dots. So I'll put a couple glue dots on here. And actually, you know what? If I just lay it out a little differently, yeah, we'll stick with the theme. And put that one on top. And we're going to tuck this one underneath. And I kind of like to have all the stems in the same area. And then we're going to use the ribbon from the Gilded Autumn Suite. And this is gorgeous bronze ribbon. And we're going to tie a bow. It's a little stiff. So, stiff fingers, stiff ribbon. There. Now, if you go to my classes, I do all your bow tying for you. So, because I know a lot of my customers don't like to do that. For the people that come to my class. Let's see if I can twist this around a little bit. There. And then I have ribbon scissors that I use for cutting. Let's see. Oops. And then we're going to take another glue dot and then put it right over all the stems right there. Those two stems. And then we have these two pieces. Now, if you want to come to my classes, I'm just doing Zoom right now because I'm one of the vulnerable, and it's just easier. So if you'd like to, and I hope you will, join me on my Zoom class. The next one will be November 16th at 10 o'clock, and I'll send I'll post information on it later on, probably next week. And then I'll also email to people that don't have Facebook. So, just going to line this up here. And put a couple dimensionals on here. I like to put one in the center so it doesn't sag. And then next week, Wednesday, I will be having Zoom bingo, which is fun. And if you're interested in that, email me 5 numbers from 1 to 25, and then I'll send you the Zoom link. And bingo will be at 6:33 on Wednesday, October 16th. So there's our card. And then we can take one of these extra little leaves and then we're going to put it on the inside here. Let's see, this one. Like it. There, I like this one better. So, just going to put this. So, if you like this card and would like the opportunity to receive it in the mail, just like this, there'll be nothing on the inside or on the back. I'm just going to bone folder. Reinforce that a little bit. Leave a comment, and I'll be doing the drawing tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. I think that's what I said. Anyway, there is the original, the one I did live that didn't work, and today's. So I should turn these around. So, and my next Facebook Lives, I'll be starting with Christmas cards. So I know we crafters need to get started early. So anyway, there it is. I hope you like it. If you have any questions, let me know. If you have any comments, I'm happy to respond to them. So I'll also be posting this on YouTube later too. So anyway, I guess I can flip it up. So thanks a lot for joining me, and I'm sorry for the technical difficulties, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you.